Hi everyone, I'm your host Jada.
And I'm her co-host Wendy.
And we are the Swicey Chicks. We're sweet chicks with spicy personalities linked up. What's up everybody, I'm your host Jada.
I'm her co-host Wendy.
And we are the Swicey Chicks. We're sweet chicks with spicy personalities link up. So today I wanted to do something a little different.
Okay.
I wanted to play a game where we're just going to draw questions out the box, out this cute little box I found at Target. Cute. Just little relationship box questions, and they're not necessarily geared towards like single, married, or dating. It's just for general, all across the board. And it's not specifically related to Valentines either, it's just relationships period. So we're going to draw a question out the box for each other. We can both answer the question or choose not to, just whatever you want to go. So
okay.
First, we'll pull one question out the box. Let's see what it says here. Okay. And I got some of these questions off the internet too. Okay. So this is in reference to the holiday that just passed. Okay, so it says, every woman in your office has received a giant bouquet of flowers or an edible arrangement or box of chocolates on Valentine's Day. You haven't received a thing. It's 5 o'clock, it's time for you to clock out. How do you handle this? Oh, that's funny. Let me see. That has happened to me several times. Let me see. How did I handle it? Well, the first time it happened, I was super young. I was like 21. So I was just like, who gives a damn? Whatever. Then when it happened in my 30s, it hit different. I think I was just kind of like, damn, this motherfucker didn't even think about sending me anything. Like, God damn, I thought we were cool. But I didn't like spaz out or nothing. I was just thinking like, God damn. So then I just put it in the back of my mind. And I probably said something to him, maybe, I don't know, but that's probably how I handled it.
Me, okay, I had to be real with myself and what my situation is.
Okay.
If I know I'm not talking to anybody, I can't be expecting nothing at work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, of course, you hate sitting back and watching everybody else's love, like especially if you're not in a love-like situation, if you desire to be, because not everybody desires to be.
Right.
So, but if I know I'm in a situation and I didn't get anything at work, you know, you do look at the clock like, it's about lunchtime still.
So you be all anxious
about,
at lunch.
It's about 3,
right.
The clock out time about 5. So 5 o'clock roll around and it still ain't there, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Optimistically, it's at the crib.
Okay.
When I get back. So, maybe not at work because I can be kind of shy at work too. I'll be like, I'm not people in my business.
Okay.
So at work, if that person knows me, they might know she not gonna really want me to, do nothing like that at work.
Okay.
So they might have something for me at the crib. So I might be a little optimistic about it, but it just depends on what my situation is, which I'll be tight about.
Okay. I would agree on that. I think it does depend on the situation. Have you ever, not saying that you have done this, but have you ever like known a girl, like a coworker or even a friend that like sent herself some stuff on Valentine's Day?
Not on Valentine's Day. I do know women that will get themselves flowers and things like that, just kind of like as a self-care type thing. I'm just gonna buy myself flowers. I haven't physically known anybody that's bought themselves flowers or anything like that on Valentine's Day. Had them like sent to themselves.
Yeah, we had a lady at her job do that.
No,
it was very weird. Yeah, it was weird.
She's an old lady?
No, she's probably like 32.
And she went. How did you know she sent them to herself?
The messy security guard downstairs.
Oh.
She was telling her business and stuff.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, she was. I just felt so sad when I found out the information. Like everybody else was laughing and cracking jokes. I wasn't laughing. I was just like sad. Like you have to do that. It's not that deep. It shouldn't be that deep.
So maybe she felt the pressure of Valentine's.
Yeah.
She felt like she had to send herself something to be included.
Especially working in a corporate office, yeah. It's a lot of pressure because everybody tries to outdo the next girl in corporate America, which is all fake anyway. So it's like, whatever. Okay, you can take the question.
Watch me pick something shady. person you've been dating casually gets weird and starts avoiding your calls and plans, the plans you suggest, how would you handle it? I think the person that I am now, to see, it's several ways to answer this question. Like the person I am now will probably, I'll probably ask a person one time, like, you know, what's up? Are you avoiding my phone call? Because while they're avoiding your phone calls or plans that you suggest, might not have anything to do with you. You know, they might actually have something else going on, something personal, whatever. So you do have to kind of check in with people and kind of see where they're at. But if it's nothing like that, why are you avoiding my calls? Okay. Because the phone calls you don't answer, somebody else will. So we can play that. That's cool. I'm not gonna beg nobody to answer my phone calls. You see it. You know, you're not gonna act like you don't see it. Or the plans that I suggest, I'm not gonna beg you to hang out with me. And that's just period. Because there are plenty of people that do want to hang out, and you know, or there could be people that I put on the back burner for you. So if you're not going, so if you're gonna ignore my plans or plans I suggest, and you ain't making no suggestions, cool.
We can move on.
Yeah, we move on.
I kind of agree. I feel like if we've been kicking it, because I think the question said you've been kicking it with somebody. If we've been kicking it consistently, and then all of a sudden you ghost me, because that's what it sounds like. You're not responding to text, you breaking our plans, so you're ghosting me. So number one, I already feel like, why the hell are you ghosting me? Like, you know, I take everything so personal. So I was just like, why are you ghosting me? You know, my famous line is, I haven't done anything to you, because I don't do shit to people. So I'm like, what are you ghosting me for? And then like, we grown as fuck. Why are you not able to communicate to me why you need some time, if that's what it is, or something's going on, like you have a mouth. You need to be able to use it, because you can open your mouth when you want something, or you need something from me, or you want to tell me something or express something to me, so you should be able to express when something's going on that's going to prevent you from spending time with me, because my love language is quality time. Let's reel it back into that. My love language is quality time. So the fact that you're ghosting me, or you're not able to commit to the plans we have, or answer text messages, you're doing all this, that, and the other, that means something is going on that is going to affect our quality time. You need to communicate that with me. So
Yeah, I get real picky about like text. Calls not so much, because calls, it takes time to call, you know what I'm saying, and have a conversation with somebody. But texting is one of those things where I just feel like it doesn't really take much, you know, to respond to a text. So, you know, if somebody missed your call, like, okay, maybe they did not have a moment to talk.
Right.
However,
a
texts are there a lot of times in place when you can't talk, or maybe you don't really want to physically talk to somebody. You can just pick up the phone, and I'm good at that, like hiding behind a text message. Not hiding like what I want to say, but my facial expression. I can really be in a very, very bad mood, but I can LOL and emoji somebody to death, and they think I'm in a great mood.
Right.
And that because you're able to hide behind the phone a lot of times, despite what kind of mood you're in. So I do really get a little iffy when people don't really respond, you know, through text, because like that's the least you can do. You ain't gotta FaceTime me, give me the energy of being on FaceTime, show a face and all that. But a text, I feel like that's the least somebody can do.
Yeah, and it's just so weird to me, because I feel like in this day and age, there's really no excuse to why somebody's not answering your text messages or call, because everybody, whether they want to admit it or not, are glued to their phone. Mm-hmm. Whether you don't even have to be a social media person, just point blank period. Mm-hmm. Everyone is glued to their phone these days. So you're not gonna tell me that you didn't see my text within a 4-hour period.
Yeah, I'm somebody that somebody can pin me to the cross about you didn't answer my text or something like that, because I'm somebody that has two phones, but an Apple Watch and stuff like that. So a lot of times my wrist is vibrating. Okay. I know I got a text, you know what I'm saying, or it's gonna vibrate a second time, just like my phone did to remind me that I got a text. Yeah. So for me to sit here and say I didn't get it, I'm lying.
You're lying.
Yeah, or I'm just really trying to blow you off, because more than 9 times out of 10, I got it. I got it on one of my 3 devices, and so for me to say I didn't get your text message, I'm lying.
You're playing.
Yeah, I'm probably blowing you off.
I feel the same way. I agree. Okay. All right, let's see. We just got a few more questions here. Let's do another one. All right. So it says. If you notice, okay, so this is you're on a date. Let's create the scenario.
Okay.
If you notice your date is ordering more than you expected, I guess this might be for a guy perspective, I don't know. Is ordering more than you expected, do you say something, or do you just ghost them and never go on another date with them? So I guess it means like from a dude, like if a dude is out, takes me out, and I just go ham, start ordering lobster tails, 2 bottles of wine, all kind of appetizers, surf and turf, like just going crazy, and he wasn't expecting it. Like, would he ghost me, or would he say something at the time? I would prefer him to say something to me at the time, but gently. Like, don't hurt my feelings, though. But say something like, don't let me think it's okay for me to do all this, and then you just ghost me, and I'm just like, what happened? I don't know why he's not.
Yeah,
like, just let me know, like, on the low, some kind of nice way.
So if I'm on a date, a lot of time, me personally, I'm not gonna order what I can't afford myself, because especially if in a dating situation, just depending on where y'all at, you don't want to assume that this person is footing this bill. So just in case, I need to be able to afford what I order. Yeah. Now if we at another level, you know, and this guy is footing the bill, whatever case may be, I still won't go too crazy. Like, I'm gonna order my appetizer. I mean, that's it. That's just depending on how I feel. I may or may not order appetizer. I'm definitely gonna order an entree, maybe a dessert here and there. I mean, I'm gonna drink. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get too crazy as far as ordering up. You know, the whole menu. That's a bit much.
It is a bit much. What about, because I kind of go, I have so many like conversations with women about this, but how do you feel about splitting the bill on dates?
I'm okay with that. Especially like I mean, I can't even say in the beginning phases of dating, I'm perfectly okay with that, because it doesn't put that pressure on a person to foot the entire bill. It kind of lets them know, like, this is where we are. This is us being open. You don't have this expectation for me to sit here and pay the whole bill. I have a lot of respect for a person I can split the bill with. It just lets us know that, you know, we are able to work as a team.
Okay.
So I'm really cool with splitting the bill. I think some guys have been shocked that the bill has come, and I pulled out my card, and they're like, I can respect it, man. That's like, what you doing? You don't need that. But they respected the fact that I was willing to pull out my debit card. Like, she didn't expect me to pay for the bill, so that kind of, you know, gave you cool points.
I know I get the same reaction. I don't mind. I really don't mind splitting the bills. I feel like just naturally men, if they really fuck with you, they really like you, and they want to date you, I think eventually you don't really have to pull out your money, your credit card or anything anyway. Right. They want to just treat you. They want to take you out, or they just want to do something nice for you. So it just naturally kind of happens throughout the relationship, I think. But I've heard so many of my friends are just like so against paying for the meals when they go out. Like, really? Super against it. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, if we're going out, he needs to pay for me. And I'm like, so does it matter if he asks you out? Because I feel like if he's asking you out on the date, then he is like implying that I'm taking you out. So I'm assuming he's going to pay for the date. But if it's her that says, hey, I want to go out to such and such and such and such, my homegirls still feel like, well, he's going to pay for it. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really know. Like, the types I date, I know they're just going to be like, Shawty tripping. Like,
this was your suggestion. What do you mean?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I agree with your first perspective. But you do have people like that. You know, we have a mutual friend, Miss Doris, who feels like regardless, the man is paying for the bill, and that man's gonna pay for her homegirls. Yes. And everybody else. So Miss Doris got a whole other type of pull.
No, so that's the tricky one too. Dudes paying for your homegirls. Like, I'm just not the type. I'm not gonna spring my homegirls on a dude. I'm not just gonna spring it. I'm going to let him know ahead of time. Okay, you want to see me? I'm out with my homegirls. If you want to pull up, there's like 5 girls here. I'll just let him know ahead of time. But I'm just not gonna let a dude roll up and I got like 6 girls. Right. Because then, like, as a man, I would feel pressured to just like impress your girls' friends. Or just be a gentleman.
If your girls' friends don't like him,
it's over.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. They're going to dog him. Oh, that's it. Never buy us no drinks. Like, that's gonna always be how they describe him. Oh, the one that didn't buy us no drinks. Oh, the one that didn't pay for our appetizers. It's gonna forever be that way. And it's like, So I try to like give dudes a heads up all the time. Like, even family members, like male cousins, brothers. I'm always like, I'm with my homegirls. So. Just
pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, let's see what I have. There's one more in here. Okay. broke up with your ex 6 months ago, and on Valentine's Day, he or she texts you Happy Valentine's Day. What do you do? For me, I guess it depends on what the reason was that we broke up. You know, we just kind of made a mutual decision, like, hey, let's go our own way. It wasn't working out. I don't have no problem writing you back, Happy Valentine's Day. Because there's no expectation. I mean, nothing's going to come from it. Like, just because you text me Happy Valentine's Day don't mean that we need to, you know, go out, or now we need to redate just because you text me Happy Valentine's Day. Like, but an ex, and you know you ain't got no business text my Happy Valentine's Day, it's a no for me. Like, it's a id. Like,
is it an ignore or is it a response?
No, it's an ignore.
Okay.
It's a straight up ignore.
Yeah.
Like, why are you texting me Happy Valentine's Day on a date of love?
Right.
We're not in love. You probably did some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I don't fool with you like that. So why would you even text me Happy
me.
Valentine's Day? So you probably was trying to check my temperature to see if I still fool with you like that. But you know, an ex that I'm like cordial with, and then even still, if I'm in a new relationship 6 months later, I don't care if the old ex, me and the old ex are cool. It's still an ick. Okay. Just out of respect for my new relationship. Okay. I don't have to communicate with you Happy Valentine's Day or nothing like that. Just out of respect for a new relationship. Whether that person knows I'm in a new relationship or not might not be their business. True. But just out of respect for my new relationship, I don't have anything to say to you on that day especially.
I think, I'm trying to think, how do I feel about that? I'm just not I don't do like, I call them throwbacks and boomerangs. I just don't do that. So I just get irritated. You know, my patience are really low. But I get irritated when exes, whether good term or bad for me, this is just for me, reach out to me on Valentine's Day or birthdays. Like, why are you texting me? We decided this does not work. So no shade to you. I just don't want to communicate with you anymore. So don't text me. Like, what's the end all be all if you're texting me? Like, I'm not going to rekindle the flame. I'm not going to open up the lines of communication. I'm not doing none of that.
So like, what's your end game?
What's the end game?
By you texting me? Right. Are you trying to check my temperature? Are you trying to rekindle something? Like, why did you feel inclined to find my contact, text me your whole message, and then send it? Because you're holding your breath waiting for me to respond back. You're not sure if I'm going to respond back or not. So what was the point of you writing me?
Yeah, I think it's weird. Like, but I'm not that girl that does that. Like, if I break up with a dude, I'm not texting him. If we broke up like in December and Valentine's Day, I'm not gonna be like, hey, just wanted to say happy. Like, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm just not that girl. Yeah. Like, you doing you, I'm doing me. That's it, and we're not together. So let's keep it moving. So yeah, that annoys me. I hate people that try to reach out after the fact. Like, you know. Seriously. Okay, this is the last question in here. Let's see what it says. We kind of talked about this on our last episode. I kind of think we touched on this already. It's about women sitting at the bar by themselves, or going out to the movies by themselves, going to concerts by themselves. How do you feel about doing all that, like by yourself? I guess events as a woman by yourself.
I've done it before. Plenty of times.
Like a concert or like a venue? Like
I've even gone to concerts by myself. But see, I had gotten out of a relationship, and this was somewhere in the phase of me finding myself, trying to be happy with my own company. Because before I could entertain a new situation or a new relationship, I had to be comfortable with my own company. So, and it didn't start out as big as concerts. In large venues like that. It started with little things, like going to eat by myself. Because the thing is, you know, you can't always depend on a man to come with you anywhere. Right. Or even your homegirls. A lot of times you can't even depend on your homegirls sometimes to come with you somewhere. So does life stop, or do the things that I want to do stop simply because people are not available to come with me, or somebody's late, or somebody, you know, plans fell through? If I wanted to go eat and that was my very intent that day, and I knew that I was going to go do that, I'm still going to go do that with or without somebody. Now, might I be on my phone a lot, trying to entertain myself, or trying to look unavailable to people who might want to talk to me? Absolutely. Might I be out at a bar with my headphones in so people don't talk to me? Absolutely. But, you know, it went from small places like dinner and the bar to I'll go to the movies by myself. And then I have been to a concert by myself, and it actually wasn't as bad. I think when you're comfortable entertaining yourself and being by yourself is perfectly fine. You know, you get comfortable doing it. And it's not as bad as people think. At least it wasn't for me.
Okay. I think I mentioned this on one of the other episodes, but I think I mentioned that I did not feel comfortable really doing things by myself. The furthest that I've gone is go to a restaurant, eat by myself. Or I think I tried the movies a couple of times by myself. And the movies wasn't that bad. Because you don't have to interact with anybody, so it's fine. But I don't think I've graduated to being able to go to like a concert by myself. I don't even think I could go to like a sporting event by myself.
Really? It's funny because everything you're saying that you won't do, I have done. I've been to a game by myself. I will even go so far as to go on vacation by myself.
Yeah,
which I have
definitely
not,
not.
but I
probably on vacation by myself. Number one, I'll probably be scared. Like, oh, what if something happens about myself? But I feel like that's really empowering as a woman to go on vacation by herself. But
I've heard some good feedback from people that are just like, I was completely at peace. I didn't have any itinerary, nothing that I felt like I had to be here by this time or I had to be on these people's wave or their plans or whatever. I woke up when I wanted to. I did what I wanted to do. And they, try to be as safe as possible, but and some places are better than others to go by yourself. Yeah. Some people do a lot of research. Like some places, they're just not the place to go by yourself. And then other places, might be better to go if you're trying to go by yourself. So I think it requires an extensive amount of research up front for your safety and your peace of mind of going by yourself. But some people find it really, really relaxing, especially depending on what you're into. If you want to be one with nature, if you just want to kind of sit, listen to the waves or whatever, you can start out small. Yeah. Maybe just a little road trip to the beach or something like that. It doesn't have to be you flying internationally, going somewhere by yourself for a long time, but maybe just a small trip.
I guess so. I mean, you definitely have to be like a daredevil, be extra confident, and kind of one of those women that, is on some YOLO type lifestyle type of thing. Would you entertain going to like a singles cruise or like, they have groups now, like traveling groups for single people. And so it's like just a group of random strangers that travel. Would you be interested in that?
I would, not for the intent of like, oh, it's a singles event. But would I go on, like, would I entertain a travel group of people? Yes, because I feel like that's a good way to get over your fear of traveling alone. You're not necessarily going by yourself, but you are going to meet people that are also going by themselves. Yeah. So in a sense, you are traveling by yourself, but you're not. Yeah. So I think that probably would be the best way to get over your fear of traveling alone is to go on, maybe a Black Travelers group or something. Right. And they have a lot of groups like that for people that, want to travel by themselves. And sometimes people are traveling by themselves not because they're alone or whatever the case may be. It could be plans fall through. Yeah, I've tried to plan so many things, with other women or whatever. You just can't get these groups to come together. Sometimes it's hard to get 3 people on the same page, let alone a group of 10 people or whatever the case may be. So like, you know what? I'm gonna let somebody else plan this trip. Therefore, it's not my problem, my headache. I'm gonna just pay my bread, and the rest takes care of itself. And I'll be meeting new women and meeting new people along the way while I'm there.
While you're there, yeah. I can see that. That would be the best way for me to start like getting into the traveling. I would have to do like a Black traveling group, something like that. Other than that, I just don't see myself like just booking a flight, picking a location, and just like going. I guess one other thing, I was talking to my sister, my middle sister. She's just really kind of earthy and like hippie-ish or whatever. But she was talking to me a while ago about a resort that you can go to. I think it's called like, I think the word is it hedonism? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, hedonism.
Right, like, do you think you would ever? I have it's nudist, right? It's like a nudist. Sexually free resort that adults of course only participate in, and like you just live on the resort like that. The most clothes you can have on, I think, is like a see-through robe or maybe a robe with nothing else underneath, but other than that it's either that or you're naked. So like, do you think you would ever be able to do that?
No, that's interesting. That's not for me.
I think that's interesting.
That's not for me. And I normally will try a lot of things one time, but I don't think that's for me.
Can you just imagine? Just think about it. Like a resort, like just a regular resort, but everybody is naked. They don't have clothes on. Like I just feel like that would just be so.
You know what? Let me open up my mind just a little bit because here in Atlanta, a lot of people are familiar with the spa Jeju, and it's very similar to that in the sense of you got your co-ed areas, but then you've got your same-sex areas where everybody's naked. So let me not close my mind and say that's not for me because I've had to get naked several times at Jeju. And the first time I was there, I was kind of like, wait a minute, people looking.
Right.
So, but the second time I went there, it was just kind of like, girl, nobody paying you no mind. Like everybody's in there, white, black, Asian, saggy titty, everything is just going, and nobody's really paying you any mind.
Yeah.
And I won't pay nobody no mind in there. You just in there for your chi, your zen, you getting your services, and you keep it moving. So maybe it's similar to that. And I won't go back to Jeju like it's nothing. Relaxing. Yeah, and I found myself trying to convince other people to go to Jeju because they just so like, you gotta get naked, you gotta be naked around other people, and they just like, it just turns them off. Yeah. But it's one of the hottest spas in Atlanta, so.
It's very relaxing. Yeah. It is very, I enjoyed it. That wasn't hard for me. That was really easy. I mean, I'm not really ashamed. Like I'm not like body shamed. Like I'm not like that. So I don't mind being naked. But I think where my limit would be another infamous place here in Atlanta called Trapeze. That would be my limit. So this is like a club where you can go. It's a membership, of course, that you have to have, but it's a club that you can go to here in Atlanta where couples or singles can go in, and it's just like a sexually free type of club. There's rooms and places where you can have intercourse and themes and groups and different things like that. It's probably not open now because of COVID, but outside of COVID, it was it was popping everything. That would probably be my limit. That would be my limit. I don't think I could go to.
You would go to Trapeze?
No. That's my limit. Like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Like whether I'm single or with my dude, like I'm not gonna be able to walk in the club. And people are just out here just getting willy-nilly. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
First, I'm going to be so shocked and, like, on pause. Like, I probably wouldn't be able to move my legs. Like, I'll just be shocked. Like, what is happening? Oh, my God. Ooh, no. Ma'am, sir. Like, I'm not going to be able to handle it.
Really?
I don't think I'm mature enough for it. No. I don't think I can do it.
I didn't know there was a such place in Atlanta. I had never heard of it. This is my first time hearing, about this place.
Have y'all... Don't act like that. We have guests in here. They're all trying to act like they don't know. I know you know for sure. So, okay.
Such place.
Yeah, look it up, guys. Look it up. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You have to, they don't sell alcohol. They have to bring your own alcohol.
Okay.
Okay. And, of course, it's safe. I'm sure they practice safe sex with lots of condoms and things.
I'm just interested, like...
Look it up. Look it up.
Phones, camera, like, I'm sure you can't bring your camera, phones and stuff in there, but you never know who you might run into. Then somebody might be feeling frisky to go in there.
Yeah, then
my damn boss will be in there. And I'm like,
never mind.
Fire.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah. I'm sure people in Atlanta know. If anybody in Atlanta knows, just leave some comments in the comments section. Talk about Trapeze. So anyway, so that's it. That's all I got for today.
This was fun today.
It was fun.
A little game. It was simple.
We might have to add some more games to our episodes.
I like it.
Yeah, I think so. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you guys next week.
See you. Bye.